Hi, Dr. Lisa Thompson here with today's leadership lesson. Leaders don't get people to follow them. Rather, they invite them on a journey. And what do I mean by that? And I just love that particular concept about leadership. And it's about vision. Leaders have a way of creating such a compelling vision that people can see themselves in that vision. Because as human beings, we have an innate need for growth and contribution, that we want to do more and be more. And we get inspired by leaders who are able to communicate this big picture of a vision that not only can we see ourselves in, but we're excited and proud to do. And what I want to do right now is share with you two historical figures in world history that had the ability to inspire a nation to do more and be more. The first one is Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela, before he became the first African president of South Africa, he was in jail for over 20 years for unjust reasons. And he was in that cell, and there would be so much despair. He could have been very bitter about it, but he didn't, because every single day he read this poem called Invictus. And if you want to know more about that poem, you can Google search it. You can find it on Wikipedia. And it's a very powerful poem about being the captain of your soul. And if you haven't seen the movie Invictus, I highly recommend that you do. It's one of the most moving movies about Nelson Mandela and the South African rugby team that won a World Cup title. And as the team was preparing for their World Cup, they went to the prison where Nelson Mandela stayed, and they saw the prison cell that Nelson Mandela was in. And one of the players, the captain, had that poem Invictus and was reading that. And it's such a powerful moment in the movie. And I remember Tony Robbins interviewing Nelson Mandela shortly after he became president of South Africa and was asking him, how could you keep yourself so focused and not get into despair, being in prison for something you did not do year after year after year? And Nelson Mandela said, I didn't despair, I prepared. And by reading that poem, he was creating that vision that he saw what South Africa could be. And when he came out, he knew that he had something that he could get the people behind, that they all could do more and be more to become a better nation. The second historical figure in world history that had the ability to inspire a generation was President John F. Kennedy. He inspired my parents' generation. Have you ever watched his inaugural address? I highly recommend, after watching this video, go to YouTube and watch his inaugural address. Read his speech. It is one of the shortest inaugural speeches, but it's one of the most powerful. Why? Because he communicated a huge vision, the new frontier. Getting people, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you could do for your country. He had the youth of America being captivated, like, we can do more and be more. The Peace Corps was established during his administration, being able to dream and set up NASA to get on the moon, which happened at the late 1960s. And sadly happened after he died. But that ability to inspire a generation, because now every time there's been a US presidential election coming up, in the last 50 years, everyone's still searching for that next John F. Kennedy, that next president that can inspire a generation to do more and be more. But you know what? You don't need to be a great leader on the world stage to communicate a great vision. You can be a teacher right now. You could be someone as a leader in your church, a leader at work, a leader in your family, a leader in the healthcare industry, a leader in business or your home business with a group of people. And you can communicate a vision of how you see society being. Where do you see the world to be? How are you going to leave your mark to make this world a better place? And when people can see that, and they can see themselves in that, they're going to follow you to the end. and it's going to give them hope to be a part of something greater. Remember, that's an inherent human need in all of us, the need for growth and contribution, to be a force for good and to be a force for God. So right now, work on that vision. Think about, how do you want to leave your mark? How do you want your legacy to be, to make this world a better place, and how other people can be inspired by you to do more and be more for the people that you serve and that they serve. And invite them on that journey. Don't be afraid to share that vision. If you found this lesson helpful, please leave a comment and share with those who need encouragement. This is Dr. Lisa Thompson. Thank you for watching this session of Leadership Lessons, and I will talk to you tomorrow.